But like what I'm saying, brothers, like people, right? A lot of times when they think when you think about how people do things, it's just because you're programmed to do it a certain way.
Yeah.
So I may say to you, yo, you know, I'm doing a movie, you know, you want to act? And you say, well, I've never acted in my life. And I'm like, yes, you have. You act all the time. You act so good, you don't even know that you're acting. You know what I mean? You because when you with your girl, you act different from when you with your boys.
Yep.
When you're with your kids, you act different from when you're with, you know what I mean? When you go to church, you act different from when you go to work. You know, you act different. You have all these different personalities for the man, for a stranger, for a friend, for enemy. You understand? For somebody when they get you upset, for somebody when they disrespect you, for somebody when they make you happy, when you're supposed to be grateful. So you have all these personalities that you're acting all the time. But when you tell somebody to act, they always go back to, like, I feel like that childhood state where they played in cops and robbers. And it's just like acting is pretending to them. And I mean, it's not pretending.
It's reality.
It's reality. It's like, and so even if I put the camera on you and you say, damn man, I'm nervous. You know what you're supposed to do with that nervous energy? Use it.
That's right. That's right.
Don't like, you know, don't say, oh man, I'm nervous. Just use the nervous energy. Put the character in a nervous state.
Yeah. That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? If you're happy, if you can't, put the character in that state. Just like, just imagine that, you know, you're in that state. Like when you go to acting school, a lot of times they make people do these exercises where they visualize moments. Like, you know, visualize what, you know, somebody that close to you passed away. And people start bawling, like rivers of tears coming out their eyes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like it triggers, they go back into their memory, and that memory triggers the program for crying, or triggers the program for that emotion, that, you know, for that particular moment, for grieving, for being happy, for whatever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of us are programmed to a certain degree. You go to school, and every school, every one of them, they have all the different programs in the school. You have the English department. You know what I mean? You have this department, that department. You go, they have television program, radio programs. It's all to program you. But here's the trick now. You got to reprogram yourself.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're such a complete program that everything you're doing right now is a part of the program that's been written into your program. Some of the programs that make you who you are, it's not necessarily bad because it makes you functional. You see what I'm saying? When you get tired, when you get hungry, you see what I'm saying? It's just, these are programs that your body goes through when you're hungry. Your stomach sends a signal to your brain, right? When you're tired, it sends a signal to your brain as well. You know, you need to rest, you need to this. When you're hurt, all these different programs going on. But there are programs that you have that are bad for you. Programs that make you procrastinate. Programs that make you, you know, not be true to your word, that make you disloyal, that make you dishonest, that make you whatever. And you got to go into yourself. You can go into yourself and reroute out those programs. It takes 21 days to form a habit, they say, 14 days to break one, right?
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you put yourself on a cycle where you cycle certain things in and you cycle certain things out. And then it becomes a point where you're cycling these things over and over so long that it's just as normal as you breathing. You don't even think about it. Somebody say, wow, you never stole. You don't even think about stealing because, you know, that's not a part of your program. You never lied. No, I don't lie because you don't, you know what I'm saying? That's not a part of your program. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to program stuff into and then program stuff out. Because, you know, imagine this. Imagine right now, how many thoughts do you have to think to stay alive?
I never even thought about that. Right.
But everything you do involves a thought. Even to lift your hand like this, or to turn your head like that, to blink your eye, for your blood to do whatever. It's thoughts.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So how many thoughts do you have to think to live? And then that just kind of lets you know that there is no limit to your capabilities, to your possibilities. You see what I'm saying? Because like, if I give you a book as big as this table right here and say memorize it, you say, damn, I can't do that. But I asked you a while ago, how many thoughts do you have to think to stay alive? Look how much things that's happening with you right now, even standing right here. You know what I mean? Imagine all the different thoughts that's happening just to keep you standing right here. You know what I mean? Because you're billions of cells, trillions of cells, but you're not separated. Everything is compactly held together, even at the atomic level. You see what I'm saying? How is that possible? How is it possible that you as one person is the result of probably everybody on this planet. Because when you take yourself and you start reverse engineering yourself down through the molecules back to where you supposedly come from, you see that you are a composite of your mother and your father, who's a composite of their mother and their father, who's a composite of their mother and their father and their, you understand what I'm saying? By the time you get to 4 generations, that's 64 people. By the time you get to 40, you're up to 1 million. You see what I'm saying? So you as one person can end up being 6 or 7 billion people. You see? Because it goes back and back and back and back. You know? So you just have to reprogram yourself, man. If you could reprogram yourself, then you can set yourself on a course where you can be godlike. Because guess what? The reason why a lot of us are so limited is because of how we think. We don't think we could do certain things yet because we don't think we can do them yet. We don't know we can do so because look at all the stuff we're doing. The planes are flying in the sky. How long we could have done that? Did it need to be 2000 or in the 1900s for it to happen? Man had that ability. The resources were always here. But you can't do what you don't think you can do.
Go through that a lot.
So imagine ourselves like 4,000 years from now when we realize how much things we can do. We're gonna make dead people walk. We're gonna make blind people see. We're gonna make the paralyzed, everything that you think is impossible, because we're already doing it. We have cameras the size of rice grains that could go into your blood and show you everything that happens. We're doing the impossible. You see what I'm saying? We're splicing genes and doing all these different things. We're doing the impossible because, you know, as time goes on and you know more about yourself, you're gonna know what you really can do. But until like, you know, you unlock yourself in that way, you know what I mean? You'd be like a computer trying to download your information, right? But it's blocked. It's like you have crappy internet or whatever, so it's coming through slower than it's supposed to come through. But if you was really configured the right way, it would be coming through in minutes instead of 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You see what I'm saying? So something that you would have gotten, you would have finished up in like just like that. You end up wasting 5 years in a relationship that if you had downloaded the shit right away, you'd have said, no, this thing ain't gonna work. It don't matter how cute you look. It don't matter how much, you know, you look like you could do for me right now. I already see that, you know, based on my calculations and my understanding, this is not gonna work. You're not the right one for me. This is not the right job for me. This is not the thing I'm supposed to be doing. So we end up wasting a lot of time because, you know what I mean, we're not unlocked.
Man, no, that's real. Because I was just thinking, I just became unlocked maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Now everything is starting to fall into place, and I feel like I'm on the right path to what I'm supposed to be doing. So that makes so much sense.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
And every individual is like at that particular moment. That's huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you end up figuring. I guess you were able to epiphany moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just came so close to truth that you start accepting it.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, reflecting your whole life is like, man, applying truth to it is, you know, you mentioned something a second ago, was saying about if you really don't think you can do it, there's no way physically you're going to physically carry it out and do it. And in so many aspects of your life, we go through that. You know,
That's true.
Exercising.
Yeah.
You're trying to pull and get that
Yes.
last 3.
Yeah.
If you also weak mentally, you know, type of stuff, then you literally aren't gonna do it. That's just so impossible. Literally is possible.
It's possible. I'm possible.
Right.
It even tells you. I mean, like it's real because like to know yourself, you have to know knowledge. If you want to know yourself, you have to know knowledge. You know what I mean? No more knowledge to know yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna get into something else on that. I wish Blue and them was out here so we could really build on this, because like, you know, I want these brothers to hear some of this stuff, man. But knowledge itself, as we play around with it, is not what we think. Because we have knowledge itself as just this thing where all we're doing is just collecting information, history, dates and events, and we're calling that knowledge itself. Knowledge itself goes way, way deeper than that, man. It's the application. You see what I'm saying? And the application